What if everything you rely on vanished tomorrow? Your job gone, your savings gone, your carefully built identity suddenly irrelevant. It sounds extreme, unlikely even, and yet history, economies, and personal lives reminds us that this happens more often than we admit. But here's a deeper question: if everything external fades, what would remain? Not what you own, not what you display, but what you are. Because there are certain skills that no matter what happens, no one can take away from you. Not circumstances, not competition, not even failure. And if you build them, you don't just survive uncertainty, but you rise above it. Let me tell you about a moment that changed how I see success. So, a young professional, very bright and ambitious, once told me that I just need stability. Once everything settles, I will finally feel in control. Quite familiar belief, right? We think control comes from external order, from predictable outcomes, from everything going according to the plan. But life rarely cooperates with that illusion. And yet, something unexpected happened. Instead of collapsing, they adapted. They became calmer under pressure, more thoughtful in decision, more aware of themselves. Not because life became easier, but because they became stronger. Now, that is the distinction that most people miss. Success is not defined by what happens around you, but what develops within you. So, there are seven skills: fundamental, enduring, and deeply human, that shape how you navigate through your life. They are not taught explicitly in classroom, they are not easily measured, but they define everything: how you respond under stress, how you think, how you communicate, how you evolve. And once cultivated, they are yours and yours forever. So come, let's explore them one by one. The first skill is the ability to remain calm under pressure. Now, calmness is often misunderstood. It is not the absence of emotion, it is the mastery of it. Because in critical moments, most people do not fail due to lack of intelligence. They fail due to their emotion overwhelm. Their reactions outrun their reasoning. But those who pause and create space, something magical, something powerful happens. Their clarity emerges, their judgment sharpens, and their decisions improve. Think of a surgeon in an operating room or a pilot during a turbulence. Their values lies not in avoiding chaos, but in remaining calm under pressure. And so, the next time when chaos rises, ask yourself, can I respond instead of react? The second skill is to think strategically. We live in a world that celebrates action. Move fast, do more, execute quickly, but speed without direction is just motion. Strategic thinking requires stepping back to ask not just what should I do, but where does this lead? To see beyond immediate outcomes into second order consequences. Because every single decision carries a ripple, and those who can anticipate those ripples quietly position themselves ahead. They're not just merely playing a game, they are understanding the world. The third skill is storytelling. Now, this is way more powerful than it actually sounds because information alone rarely persuades. You can present facts, data, logic, and still fail to move someone. But when you tell a story, you engage imagination, you evoke emotions, you create connection. A story transforms an idea from something understood to something felt, and what is felt is remembered. This is why the greatest leaders, thinkers, innovators, and philosophers throughout the histories have all been at their core storytellers. The fourth skill is creative problem solving. Now, here's the paradox. Most people think that solving a problem is all about finding solutions quickly, but the real advantage lies earlier in defining the problem correctly. Because if you misunderstand the problem, even the perfect solution will fail. Creative thinkers slow down. They question assumptions, they reframe challenges, they explore multiple possibilities. Instead of asking, how do I fix it? They ask, what is truly broken here? And often, the moment the problem is reframed, the solution becomes obvious. The fifth skill is adaptability. And perhaps no skill is more relevant today. The world is changing rapidly, unpredictably. Industries shift, technologies evolve, and obviously certainties dissolve. And in such a world, rigidity becomes a liability. Those who cling to a single plan often breaks when reality shifts. But those who adapt, who are willing to update, adapt, and evolve, continues moving forward. Now, adaptability does not mean abandoning your goals. It means changing your path without losing your direction, just like water, which flows around obstacles yet still reaches its destination. The sixth skill is discipline, and here we confront a very bitter truth that motivation is unreliable. It arrives when the conditions are favorable and disappears when they are not. But discipline, it is different. It is a commitment to act regardless of the mood, comfort, or convenience. It's waking up when it's easier to sleep, continuing when it's tempting to quit, and finishing what you have started even when no one is watching. And over time, these small acts of consistency compound. They build competence, they build confidence, they build character. And over the time, they build a life. And finally, the seventh skill is to know yourself deeply. Because no matter how skilled you are, your greatest limitation will always come from within. Your habits, your fears, your blind spots. And most people avoid this level of self awareness because it is uncomfortable. It requires honesty, it requires reflection, it requires accountability. Those who engage in it, they gain something rare. They begin to notice patterns, they understand their trigger, they understand their emotions, and slowly they stop being controlled by them. Self awareness transforms reaction into choice, and choice is power. The world will always be uncertain. You will face setbacks, you will encounter failures, you will experience moments where everything is uncertain. But if you possess these seven skills, you will no longer be dependent on any kind of stability. You carry a foundation within you. So, where do you start?